Because girl, what was that, honestly? Oh my god. Hello, my name is Maral. I am 29 years old and I'm gonna start a YouTube channel. I am turning 30 next year.
At this point, I've already turned 30, and I also meant next week.
I used to do YouTube when I was in high school, and then I did it a little bit when I was in college. It's just so crazy to believe that that was almost 10 years ago. Almost. So here I am, again, 10 years, fast forward, back in my little square here. I moved to Canada about a year ago, and I had made this promise to myself that I would document this adventure, and because of my perfectionism, I never really did it. However, this year, I want to do it differently. If you hear any kind of construction noise, they've been working on the site just right outside of my apartment, and it's been driving me crazy. So, moving out, I will not miss this. Let's hope I'm not gonna spill my water on the bed. Wouldn't want that. So here we are, entering my 30s, kind of lost in life. As much as I would like to romanticize my life, I can't. As a person who has decided to leave everything behind, everything that was near and dear to her, and everything that was at least familiar and has left that behind, I am bound to struggle. Currently, I am in a new country, I am unemployed, and I'm moving back in with my boyfriend's parents. As much as I am a little bit sad to be leaving this apartment, you know, that little bit of autonomy that I had, I feel incredibly thankful that I have people to fall back on. I know that there are a lot of people out there, they make the choice to move to a different country and they know nobody. They don't have any friends, they don't have a community yet. That's a privilege to be working on. And in the past year, I have had the privilege to, go out, make friends, and go to these community gatherings or meetups, and obviously having a partner. I wouldn't know what to do in this situation if I had nobody. And funnily enough, I was telling a friend of mine over some lunch that I am the kind of person that likes to yap. Don't get me wrong, I am an introvert, but I love to yap, especially if life gets a little tough. So, hence another reason for me to start this YouTube channel is just to have a little spot on the internet where I could just yap and not completely spiral. To yapping, right? This is just water, but cheers to yapping. You know what? This is dangerous. I'm gonna put this on the table. Ever since I moved here, I had to hold myself accountable. I had to feed myself. I had to figure out, visa stuff. And I had to figure out how to make friends again at this lovely age. All of that has made me who I am today. And if I were to stay in the Netherlands, I would have just felt so much more comfortable. I wouldn't have been the person that I am today if I hadn't taken this step. So you're probably wondering, what has happened that has led to me having to move out of my apartment and ending up without a job? Good question. Having a job in North America is not as easy as it is in Europe. And when I say Europe, I mean the Netherlands, because that's where I'm originally from. I was offered a job and I relocated for said job. How it works here is that you get 3 months of probation, and after that, you're considered a full-time employee. I was hired onto this team as a UX designer, and I worked for them for 3 months, and a lot of things had happened in those 3 months. Personally, moving into this apartment, and I also got sick a couple times. Anyway, through all of that, I was working and I did my absolute best. However, after the probationary period had ended, I was let go, and that was a smack in the face, because girl, what was that, honestly? It's like a breakup, right? Never is a good time. However you want to say it, it's never gonna soften the blow. It's not like I haven't been in this situation before, especially in like the Netherlands. It happens. However, in the Netherlands, you usually get at least you get a month before you need to skedaddle. Canada, when you're out, you're out. Like, you don't need to come back tomorrow. Better yet, your access is revoked in the next 15 minutes. I seriously have a bone to pick with how this works in North America, because everything came shattering on me again, purely because this happens so instantly. Like, you don't have time to breathe. You have to figure stuff out the minute you hear the words, "You're being laid off." Weirdly enough, that puts me in such a like survival mode. I've been in survival mode for the past year. And I don't know how much longer I can keep being in this state. So yeah, here we are, back on the grind. I don't know if I'm back on the grind. I honestly don't know what I didn't want to do from here on out. I feel like I should take a break. Like, holiday season is upon us. I'm gonna move out of this apartment anyway, so I am going to be busy. And to be honest, I don't know what the future holds for me. I don't know if I'll be in Canada by next year. There's just so much that goes into play, and I'm terrified for what's about to come. I am hopeful, but also a little terrified. I don't deal very well with change. I've learned how to deal with it, but it's different, right? It's different when it happens, and you're just immediately going back to that survival mode, right? Every time something as big as this changes, I go back into that survival mode, and I don't want to be in that mindset anymore, right? I want to take matters in my own hands. And however that's going to pan out, whether that's going to be in Canada, in Europe, I don't know. Wherever it's going to be, I want to somehow find a way to live my life without having to be in survival mode all the time. Yeah. This is kind of the story of how I ended up here at this point in life.
I love how I set up the camera so confidently just for the footage to be blurry.
So, yeah. We're kind of on an adventure. There's a lot happening. Some good, some not so good. But that's kind of how life goes. Let me tell you a little bit about what happened in the past year. I unfortunately went through the loss of someone who was very dear to me, and living in a different country, I had to deal with this loss by myself. And at the same time, job hunting, securing a job, it was just a lot. There was some happy stuff happening, and there was some sad stuff I had to deal with. So I ended up calling my mom, like, Mom, my gosh, I don't know what to do. There's so much happening right now, and I don't know how to process it. I don't know what emotions to feel, really. And she goes, Maral, that is life. I don't know what else to tell you. And that helped me remember, like, she's going through this as well. And, you know, my mom's also just a girl who did her absolute best to raise me as best as she could. And her piece of advice was to just feel the feelings, take the time, don't jump into the next best thing. It's not as black and white as it may have used to be when you were just a kid. And I know it's easier said than done, right? You have so much to deal with. We're going to take it one step at a time. We're going to break it into different parts, and, you know, we'll see where that gets us. So that is a piece of advice that I'd like to leave you with. Hopefully it resonates with you, and I hope to see you next time. Bye.